Prophetess Tebile, 7750 Media. In the book by Charles Dickens, titled Oliver Twist, a character by the name of Mr. Bumble says, if the law supposes that, then the law is a idiot. Mr. Bumble is outraged by a Victorian law that holds him responsible for his wife's actions. The law is an ass simply means that the legal system can be rigid, illogical, or unjust in its application, often to the point of absurdity. The point is that a strict application of the law, especially in laws that are inflexible and nonsensical, leading to unjust outcomes. Unjust legal outcomes should be challenged. They should be criticized. Isaac Masete threatened, intimidated, and bullied me with the dura lex sed lex, meaning the law is harsh, but it is the law. The literal, unyielding interpretation of laws, even if it leads to a harsh or an unjust outcome. So he made it very clear that he would ensure that he enforces the law to this principle. I recorded the Rooterport Magistrate Court senior prosecutor by the name of Isaac Masete telling me that my failure to delete any and all materials posted on any and all of my social media platforms, which he said were illegal, offensive and insulting to my husband and all other people on the planet. And he was going to draft the most damning and incriminating charge sheet ever seen in history that would see me locked away for life and my children would never see me again. He informed me that I would know how cruel and brutal the law is. Detective S.S. Sitole of the Honeydew SAPS witnessed to Isaac Masete and to my husband that I was making YouTube posts about the court meetings, which I was prohibited from doing by the protection order that Isaac Masete had granted on the 22nd of November 2024. Effectively, and I will address this point later, but I just want to make it clear that had I deleted all of my posts, all of them, and effectively then also deleted my social media accounts, means that I was essentially then going to disappear from visibility. And having disappeared from visibility, I was possibly then set up to disappear on that day on the pretext that I had gone to court for a hearing. It is my firm theory that Isaac Masete, Detective Sitole, and the criminal mind of a husband that I have had planned for me to disappear that day, having set the stage for their stage-managed ritual by engaging in various strategic and calculated steps and communications. This is exactly the same approach that was employed during July of 2018. I have written out everything that was done in 2018, when my husband applied for a protection order, when it is in fact he and his family that had planned my disappearance by drugging me. And he had written an affidavit to make it look like the protection order had been granted exactly as he had written it. I submitted the whole sworn affidavit to the HPCSA as well. And this is why my lodging of that complaint to the HPCSA was causing such violent anger, because whereas I was supposed to delete all my evidence and anything that I had, there's now this document that had been sent to the HPCSA when Isaac Masete and the person he was trying to help were trying to make it look like the court had ruled that I may not engage in any written submissions, complaints, or anything, not even to make any application to any court of law in this country challenging what was being done. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17 says, "No weapon fashioned against me will prosper, and I will refute every word of condemnation spoken against me. That is the heritage of the servants of the Lord." The law is an ass and an idiot where it lacks common sense. If a legal rule is strictly applied and defies common sense and results in outcomes that are clearly wrong, it is indeed an idiot and it needs to be challenged. My own specific case, where the legal systems and whatever outcomes would be unjust, cannot be allowed to prevail. And I will do anything and everything that is at my disposal to do to ensure just that. I have every right, entrenched in the constitution of this country, to do whatever I need to do to protect myself, to protect my interests, to protect my business, and to protect my life, my right to live. I had a rather telling dream featuring a grotty-looking wallet belonging to Isaac Masete and his friend that organized for his grotty wallet to receive the dazzling bribe with Detective Sitole. So what I'm trying to say is that I saw a grotty-looking wallet precisely because there has been a bribe that has been paid. Of that I am convinced. He was running with black socks and no shoes. Again, there was an issue about documents and evidence that were being cooked up. I saw that in that dream. And that there were meetings that were taking place in a commercial setting because the law is for sale in the courtrooms where Isaac Masete gets to influence the decisions about people's lives in order to secure unjust outcomes. That is why he can boast about the dura lex sed lex, the law is the law. He can enforce it so as to enjoy the benefits of the fat bribes that he receives to ruin the lives of other people, while he covers up for the perpetrators of serious violations of the law. I have been engaging with various entities about the violations of my human rights, and I will continue to do so. I have a right to live in safety and security, to operate my business and ministry as many people operate their social media commentating businesses, to practice my religion and my faith, to earn an income from my economic exploits which rights are all entrenched in the Constitution. And such rights include freedom of expression, freedom of creative expression, freedom to make decisions about my person, and the freedom to live free of harassment, intimidation, and bullying. I could go on and on, but now the legal system has been employed once more with directives from the office of the senior prosecutor, Isaac Masete, the only one who does consultations, I was told, according to the word of Honeydew Police Station Detective Sitole. And so this is why they've been able to tell me that everything that I engage in is illegal. It was interesting to me that he was not, this is Isaac Masete now, was not interested in the illegal actions of the people from Lesotho who have paid him the bribe to protect them. So indeed, as Jackie Pamotse has recorded in her book, I Tweet What I Like, the law is for sale to those that can pay bribes, that dazzle police officers, senior prosecutors, in the form and shape of Isaac Masete, who abuses his office, and even some of the magistrates. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for listening.